This is Doofy McButterscotch, and we are back to Jack Lemmon's films. We've only got 2 left, so we'll definitely get through his. Some Like It Hot. Now, this is a cross-dressing movie. I'm assuming it's one of the first ever cross-dressing movies out there. Oh wait, no, because I just watched This Is the Army not too long ago. They've had cross-dressing for years, but it's one of those films. So, Marilyn Monroe is also in this movie, and they've also got Tony Curtis, who is Jamie Lee Curtis's dad, because not a lot of people know who Tony Curtis is anymore. He was a big star back in the day, but he's totally been fucking forgotten nowadays, so I just thought I'd give a little bio so you know who the hell he is. So, him, Jack Lemmon, and Marilyn Monroe are the main stars in Some Like It Hot, and if you've ever looked up the phrase funniest films ever, and you've looked that up, a lot of you will see that Some Like It Hot is ranked fairly high on the list, and sometimes it actually gets the #1 spot. Now I'm here to tell you that that is total fucking bullshit, because this movie sucks ass. As far as comedy is concerned, it is not the worst movie I've seen. I've seen so much worse. You can see that there are definitely films that I hate so much more than this, but this is not what I would consider a comedy. It is, maybe back in the 50s when it was made, it was hilarious, but nowadays it's just fucking lame. I mean, if you're born in the 90s and you watch Some Like It Hot when you're in your 20s, it's not funny at all. It's just stupid. It's like the sequel to The Hangover. The first Hangover was good, but the second one, it was just more the same. And it's kind of like that. It's not really that great, but I'll tell you a little bit about it. So, you've got these 2 a-holes, Jack Lemmon and Tony Curtis, who are just bebopping around being dickheads, and they run into Marilyn Monroe, who is way the hell out of their league, and so they get the brilliant idea, oh hey, let's cross-dress like women and put on shitty girl accents so we can get a look at her when she's bending down and stuff. And so they do that, and they basically just stalk her for the rest of the movie, and of course, at the end, she falls for Tony Curtis, who is better looking than Jack Lemmon. So, I mean, it's just one of those 50s films, and unless you're one of those posh people who gets everything you want, I mean, this is more annoying than funny. I mean, it's just so unrealistic. It's just frustrating. It's like a middle finger to everyone who has had a hard time in life. It's just not a good movie at all, and it sucks. I don't like it at all. It's not horrible, but I just think it sucks. My fellow Americans, this doesn't have Walter Matthau in it, but it's got James Garner as the old partner of Jack Lemmon. He usually always has some old guy attached to him in 90% of his movies, so this is a recurring gag. And my fellow Americans, Jack Lemmon plays the president, and James Garner, he plays either a former president, a vice president, or something like that. He plays someone in similar rank to Jack Lemmon. So it's basically grumpy old men without Walter Matthau. Insert James Garner and put them into a presidential scenario where everyone wants to kill them. So that's basically what that is. So it's a decent movie. It's a hell of a lot funnier than Some Like It Hot, I'll tell you that for sure. I mean, this happens a lot. The whole grumpy old man, 2 old guys going on an adventure. It happens a lot, and once you've seen it once, it's okay, but once you've seen it several times, it kind of just gets fucking old. It's kind of like Saturday Night Live. The first time they were around, it was good, but nowadays they just suck. Anyway, that's his movie. So what do I think of Jack Lemmon? Well, he's not really known for doing anything on his own. He's always attached to someone else, but he's just your typical old guy. He's the old geezer who's kind of got that nervous thing, like, maybe I should do this. No, I better not. He's one of those characters, and he plays that role in every single one of his movies. So you'll never see Jack Lemmon playing anyone but Jack Lemmon. So I don't really have much of an appreciation for him. So moving on to John Malkovich. We've done Con of it. There is no of in there. Con Air, did it. In the Line of Fire, did it. Man in the Iron Mask, did it. Johnny English. Now this is a new one. Now it's fairly recent. This movie just came out a couple of months before this movie came out, so it's one of the more recent films you're going to see me reviewing on here. Johnny English is way fucking funnier than every single movie on this list. Way fucking funnier. It's pretty good. It's a very good Bond spoof. If you're a big James Bond fan like I am, you're gonna love Johnny English. It's basically got the guy from, what the hell is it called? The dude. The guy that plays Johnny English. Everyone knows who he is. I've just fucking forgot his name, but he doesn't play the annoying character he usually plays. He just plays the bumbling character with a lot of gadgets, so it's pretty funny because there's a lot of stupid gags in there which don't come off as stupid, they come off as hilarious. And John Malkovich is the villain in this movie, and it's just laugh after laugh after laugh. If you're a James Bond fan, you're gonna fucking love it. If you're not a James Bond fan, you might think it's a little silly here and there, but you know, I definitely recommend it to anyone who's a James Bond fan. It's a very good spoof, and sometimes James Bond has some really shitty spoofs. If you're a James Bond fan, don't watch the movie In Like Flint, because that's fucking retarded. Never watched that movie. Dangerous Liaisons, or however you're supposed to pronounce that L word. Well, John Malkovich is the main character in this one, and it's basically a lot of adultery going on. It's also got Glenn Close, and it's also got Michelle Pfeiffer, and it's also got Uma Thurman. So there's a lot of people in there. And Michelle Pfeiffer plays the juvenile girl who falls in love too easily with John Malkovich, who is apparently a ladies' man, even though he's not really that good looking to start with. But he basically tricks her, and Glenn Close is the bitch behind the whole massacre and whatnot, and Uma Thurman's just a little bit of TNA here and there on the side, so there's nothing really that big going on with her. But it all fucking fails at the end, and everyone dies except Glenn Close, and she gets made fun of, and everything goes badly. So, and they use the real artsy language, like, art thou going to sleep with this girl, maiden, what not, tonight, that sort of stuff. So it's not horrendous like I thought it would be. I could actually keep up with it because they keep it interesting, but we're running out of time, so we'll review the last two movies in the next video. See ya.